Well, good evening, everyone, and I want to certainly welcome all of you who had been able to take the time to be here this evening for what we consider to be a very, very important event. And we're extremely honored to share with us, the half of us today, Julian Castro, the 16th Secretary of the Department of HUD, appointed by President Barack Obama on July 28, 2014. As HUD Secretary, he oversees about 8,000 employees and a budget of over $46 billion, with the mission of expanding opportunity for all Americans. And as Secretary, his focus is ensuring that HUD is a very transparent, efficient, and effective champion for the people it serves. Utilizing an evidence-based management style, he has charged the department with one goal: giving every person, regardless of their station in life, new opportunities to thrive. And as you will hear today, this announcement builds on that goal, giving persons an opportunity to thrive. Now, before HUD, he served as mayor of the city of San Antonio, Texas. His now being HUD secretary and a former mayor for me and many of the mayors across our country is very important. For we know he understands and well appreciates the issues facing our cities. And I can tell you, we have an opportunity to meet as mayors at various times across the country, U.S. Conference of Mayors. And every time this person is there, you should see the type of reception that he gets from mayors, because they appreciate it, and they understand, and he understands what we're facing. And I want to say again, we always say once a mayor, always a mayor, whether you're in office or out of office. All right. Now, during his tenure as mayor, he became known as a national leader in urban development. In 2010, the city launched the Decade of Downtown, an initiative to spark investment in San Antonio's center city and older neighborhoods. This effort has attracted over $350 million in private sector investments, which was scheduled to produce more than 2,400 houses by the end of 2014. San Antonio's East Side is the only neighborhood in America that has received funding to implement major projects under three key Obama administration revitalization initiatives: the Choice Neighborhoods Program, the Promise Neighborhoods Program, and the Burn Criminal Justice Program. In March of 2010, he was named the World Economics Forum list of young global leaders. And later that year, Time magazine placed him on its 40 under 40 list of rising stars in American politics. Now, previously, he served also as a member of the San Antonio City Council. He was also an attorney, and he worked at Aiken, Grump, Strauss, and Hauer and Field before starting his own practice. He received his BA degree from Stanford University in 1996 and received his JD from Harvard Law School in 2000. He and his wife, Erica, have a daughter, Karina, and a son, Christian. Now, please join me in giving a warm Durham welcome to HUD Secretary Julian Castro.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon. It is great to be here in Durham, North Carolina. You know, first of all, let me say a big thank you to you, Mayor, for the generous introduction, but most importantly for the great work that you're doing for the citizens of Durham. It's much appreciated, and there are three reasons that I'm very excited to be here today. The first is because Durham is a unique and rising city in the United States, diverse, forward-looking, ready for the future, and it's always a pleasure to be in a community that gets it. So thank you all. The second one is a little bit more personal. I've been living in D.C. now for almost a year, and my two pet peeves about D.C. are that you can't get good barbecue and you can't get good iced tea. So I was telling the mayor that in a little while my staff and I are going to go out to the pit and I hope it's good barbecue. Is it? Good, good, good. I'm looking forward to it. And the third is the most important and the reason that we're here today. I want to make an important announcement about an initiative that is going to help ensure that more young people and families have the opportunity to thrive in Durham. But before I do, I want to say thank you to Dallas Parks and the entire team at the Durham Housing Authority. Let's give them a round of applause for their work. Thank you for hosting us. I want to thank our folks from Google Fiber who are here today, Erica Swanson and her team. Please wave back there. They've been a fantastic partner, and we appreciate their participation in this. Is Amber Petty here from Everyone On? All right, thank you, Amber. Thank you. And I want to thank the American Library Association. I don't know if we have a representative. Thank you so much to the American Library Association. And the staff at the Grady Recreation Center. Where's our staff at? Well, they've done a great job. Thank them for helping us set this up. And, you know, I would be remiss if I didn't take a point of personal privilege and say a huge thank you to two people on my own staff at HUD who have spearheaded this effort. The first is, I say a young man, he just turned 30, named Andrew Buer, who is a White House fellow, and you're going to hear his name in the future, I'm sure, because he's going to do great things. Thank you very much, Andrew. And the second is someone who has been a longtime friend of mine, who served as my chief of staff in San Antonio, and today serves as a senior advisor for me at HUD, Robbie Greenblum. Thank you, Andrew and Robbie. So here's why we're here. Yesterday, President Obama launched Connect Home. Connect Home is an initiative that we believe is going to help enhance the lives of children and families who live in public housing communities in the United States. I first got the call from President Obama about my interest in being HUD secretary, I guess about 15 months ago. And the first thing that I thought about was how could we enhance opportunity for people who live in America's public housing communities to help ensure that everyone has a chance to succeed. Through Connect Home, we're going to accelerate broadband internet adoption in 28 communities, 27 cities, big and small, and one tribal community in the United States, and help up to 200,000 children gain access to the life-changing opportunities that are available online. And I'm proud to say that Durham, North Carolina is one of those communities. No child should ever be held back at the starting line of life. And our work together will allow students to get off to a running start. We believe that these efforts are critical because right now, less than half of the poorest American households have a home internet subscription. And they face great barriers when trying to lift themselves up and better their lives because of that. For instance, right now, about 90% of college applications and 80% of job openings with Fortune 500 companies are submitted online. So the stakes are very clear that in this 21st century, families need 21st century tools to thrive. And Connect Home is going to help provide those tools. Here in Durham, HUD is teaming up with two national nonprofits, Everyone On and US Ignite, to bring together public and private sector leaders to expand broadband adoption. In Durham, Connect Home can impact up to 800 children living in about 2,000 different housing units in the community. Google will offer free home service to folks in public housing and other low-income developments. And because we also know that a family can't use the internet if they don't have a computer or the knowledge to operate one, we're also working on getting devices into their hands. That's why organizations like the American Library Association and PBS will work with their local affiliates to offer free training in digital literacy as well. And groups like the College Board and Age of Learning will offer online educational tools for students of all ages, whether they're early learners or getting ready to take the SAT exam. We know that this is not a definitive solution to the digital divide, but it's a strong start. And my hope for this pilot is that we'll have success, demonstrate results, and grow it in the future, because it has a real impact on people's lives. There's the example of a man named Martin, for instance, from Dover, New Jersey, who used to have internet access and then lost it because he lost his job. And he realized that his son was getting behind in his homework because he no longer had access. And thanks to everyone on, one of the partners of Connect Home, they helped Martin's family regain access. And Martin said that it pained me to see how far my son could fall behind his peers. Computers are not a luxury for a sophomore in high school. They're a learning tool that all students need to have. He said, I'm not looking for handouts. I'm looking for a way to provide my son with what he needs. And isn't that what all of us, as parents, as grandparents, are looking for our young people? At HUD and through the Obama administration and working with local leaders like Mayor Bell, we want to make that difference as well. And that's what Connect Home is all about. We hope that because of this effort, more young people will do well on those third grade reading tests. More of them will have the tools to succeed and graduate from high school and go on to college and be able to achieve their dreams. That's what we want for every young person. And that's the idea of the United States of America. Thank you very much.
Again, we certainly want to thank the Secretary for his remarks, very meaningful remarks and very timely remarks. Next, we're going to hear from a young lady who's running the program here at this center, Ms. Montrese Williams. She'll give you a little bit of an overview as to what actually takes place with the young people here and how all this fits together. Montrese.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Montrese Williams, the site coordinator here at T.A. Grady Recreation Center with 21st Century Community Learning Center. Just to provide you with a snapshot view of our program, we are an educational enrichment subsidiary of the Durham Housing Authority, grant funded through the United States Department of Education. We are comprised of two components, after school and summer camp. Our program is designed to reinforce the curriculum and instruction implemented by the Durham Public School System. The men and women that work with the youth immersed in 21st century are committed to and passionate about their success, from behavioral specialists, North Carolina Central University professors, individuals whom have obtained master's level degrees in curriculum and instruction, social work and public administration, to Doctor of Philosophy candidates. It is our first priority to ensure our students excel in all facets of life. Introducing broadband services into our students' environment will further increase their capacity to learn, engage, and retain valuable information. Now it is my honor to introduce the Durham Housing Authority's Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Dallas J. Parks.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here. First, before I deliver my remarks, I'd like to say thank you to our staff who worked tirelessly over the last several days to prepare for this event. And I want to say that I think that you've done an excellent job, and I wanted to acknowledge you for that. Durham Housing Authority, 21st Century Program Grant, Connect Home. I think, I hear people all the time talking about kids, what they need. And they need to do A, B, and C. They need to do X, Y, and Z in order to prepare themselves for the 21st century and to be competitive. And really, they're competing in a global environment, not just in the United States of America these days. We have about 5.3 million jobs that require tech skills out there. They're going unfilled. And these jobs pay in Silicon Valley, between $85,000 and $90,000 a year. So if you're a 20-year-old with 2 years of education at the community college level, and we have a great one here called Durham Tech in Durham, then you're making a lot of money at an early age. You can support a family. But however, you need to be able to acquire those skills. And I think the start of this is a program like 21st Century, where kids have an opportunity to improve upon their basic skills. We also have a STEM component, science, technology, engineering, and math component, and a robotics component as well for the children. And I think that adding the Connect Home component to what we're doing here is really going to benefit the children in public housing here. We have about 1,900 units here, about 8 sites that are family sites. And I know the children are going to benefit from this. I believe that internet access is like a gateway to the world for children. You can Google all information. You can, look up any information that you want. You can do your homework. You can, just a variety of things that you can do using the internet access. And I'm very, very pleased that HUD and the Secretary have selected Durham among the 27 cities to participate in this program. I'm just ecstatic. I never thought that I met with the Google people in my office several months ago, and I never thought that we would culminate in this, be one of the. I wasn't even sure that you were going to select anybody for that matter, let alone Durham. And we were very, very pleased that you considered us capable, and you considered us among the 27 cities. So I want to say thank you again. Thank you to the Secretary for coming. Typically, I see the Secretary at the Council of Large Public Housing Authority meetings sometimes. I'm very happy to see him on our own turf. That's nice to see. And it's just wonderful that we're able to do this. And I know that these children here, when I first came to Durham 5 years ago, by the way, just briefly, I came over here to McDougal Terrace, and I saw all of these very bright 4- and 5-year-old kids running around here, and I said, man, we need a program, for these kids, because if not, then maybe bad things might happen to them 10, 12, 14 years down the road. We're able to apply for the 21st Century Grant. We were the only housing authority in North Carolina to be awarded this $1.2 million grant over a 4-year period. And then now, coupled with Connect Home, I think we're going to really be able to provide the young people an opportunity to be successful in the future. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Dallas. We're about to conclude, but I just would want to add, really, for the Secretary's information. Durham is a city that we're the 4th largest city. He was asking me about where we're at. 4th largest city in the state of North Carolina, about 246,000 people. We're a city that has no ethnic majority. We pride ourselves on our diversity. We're a city of medicine, great universities, great community colleges. We're the home of the Research Triangle Park. We're fast becoming the entrepreneurial base for the South. And there's certainly no reason that in that type of environment, we shouldn't be implementing Home Connect. And we're going to do that. We've been very fortunate in this community. We do a lot of things through public-private partnerships. This is another great example of that. And the city of Durham is committed to it. I can tell you that the public is committed. There's no question that the Durham Housing Authority is committed to it. But none of this would be possible if not for the type of initiatives that you are making. So again, we appreciate the fact that you're here. Wish you much success. Don't make this your last stop. Now I know he's going to the pit, but we got to do something before he gets to the pit. But don't make this your last stop here, and we appreciate it very much. Thank you. That concludes this program. I guess we'll get ready to press. Thank you. Thank you, people. Yeah, so where are you going to do it? Fancy through shoulders. You know what? I'm not traveling. That's amazing.
Maybe, potentially be a vice president. What do you think? Have you heard of that?
that I'm focused right now on doing a great job at HUD. I learned a long time ago that the best way to have a good future is to do a great job with what you have in front of you. And so I'm excited to be here in Durham to unveil our Connect Home initiative. I feel very blessed in my own life that I had great opportunity, and Connect Home is helping make more great opportunity available for young people in this community. Thanks to the leadership of Mayor Bell, great partners like Google Fiber and the Housing Authority. We're excited about it. Of course, it's very flattering, but I'm really focused on trying to do a great job at HUD right now.
Great. Next question. Next question, please. Next question.
The timetable for the rollout of the major.
So in 3 weeks, we're going to have a convening of all of the partners in Washington, D.C., and at that time, we'll begin to do the locally tailored plan on the rollout. So stay tuned.
In terms of how many people it could affect in Durham?
So this will impact up to 800 children and 2,000 households.
Last question from the news.
Anybody?
And no? Good.
I'm getting those girls over there.
I was up there for a wedding.